From sunny Norfolk, Massachusetts, welcome to Keeping It Positive. I'm William Nineveh.
And I'm Patrick Quinn, and we are the Big Bossmen.
Hey, Patrick, we've been talking about a whole bunch of topics to go over today. And what are you thinking?
Yeah.
What are you thinking about for today?
I think we should go with some comedy. I think that we should talk about the origins of Trident and kind of a couple of phases, the early years of the company, and like what it was like for you to actually start the LLC, like that the day you had that piece of paper and you signed on the line to officially create Trident Environmental. So paint the picture for me. What did that look like?
Oh, I remember going to a bookstore and actually I bought a book and kind of learned how to file and obtain an 04 number.
Yeah, because this is before the internet, right?
Oh yeah, this is a couple of years ago. 1994, the internet was pretty new. I think there was AOL.
The AOL discs, I would have to look at when they started sending those out.
It was in the early 90s. It was about that time frame.
That was the phone jack bell on the wall. But
yeah,
keep going.
Right. So filed for an 04 number, basically following the instructions in a book, and followed the LLC filing the same exact way, and filed with the Secretary of State here in Massachusetts. It was just out of a book. Follow the instructions and kind of went through the whole process. And
where were you, like when you actually signed the documents?
I think you like to hear that. I was living in a ratty old apartment, and
I just wanted you to say it.
And so I had a kitchen table that I think my aunt and uncle had given me because I couldn't even afford to buy a kitchen table. I think they felt bad for me.
Yeah.
And so I had this table, and that was the first office, was basically a laptop on the kitchen table.
Yep.
And from there, with the dream, we kind of went out and the rest is history.
And
we
so
moved around a little bit
after the ratty old apartment.
Yeah.
What was Trident's next location?
Okay, so after that, in the early days, we kind of acted like a general contractor more so than anything. Mm-hmm. So we used to subcontract our excavation projects, like if we were digging a tank. Mm-hmm. And then something clicked, and I decided to go out and like invest in some heavy equipment. So we bought a mini excavator. I bought a Daewoo skid steer. I think you remember that machine, don't you? Like
I remember both machines. The orange Daewoo skid steer with you had the joysticks on each side to go forward and back, and you had foot pedals to control the bucket. And then you had the purple and green and white mini excavator. Those are the first two machines that I ran.
That was a Komatsu.
When I was younger.
Yeah, that was a Komatsu PC40. So we had that machine and the Daewoo. Those were the two first pieces of heavy equipment around the company.
And that was the Connex box in a field.
Oh yeah. So that we didn't have a garage. Okay, so what we had was a Connex box in the middle of a field, and this is what it looked like. The first pickup truck, the first real pickup truck that I actually purchased was an F-350.
Yeah.
And here's a picture of that.
It's really cool to kind of talk about the origins, because we every year it feels like we're growing by leaps and bounds, and to have the origin story of it's great. It's good stuff.
Putting together the pictures of the first truck and the heavy equipment is kind of interesting, and seeing the first real garage, which was the box,
right,
is kind of interesting compared to where we are now. 27 years later, it seems like just yesterday, but it's been a lot of hard work and having you join, and we're pretty fortunate to be where we are right now.
Yeah, we're very blessed for that. So that's awesome little story, and I think we should continue in the future on our next episode or another episode down the road, talking about like kind of some of these milestones, so to speak, and kind of flesh that out. I think that would be interesting.
Okay, you want to bring it back old school some other time? We'll go back
We'll
back
keep
into the
going
late
back.
90s. Okay.
So on that note, though, we should probably wrap it up, keep this nice and short, and we'll come around for another one.
All right. We'll see you next time, guys.
All right. Thanks, everybody.